Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Heat Ray Vision podcast. And I got myself, Hector, also known as C6. And with me, I got Ha.
Yo.
Then I got Jazzy.
What up?
Jazzy Manab.
Shalada Manab.
All right. And tonight we're going to be reviewing, I would say it was kind of highly anticipated for a lot of people. You know, Five Nights at Freddy's. Or Five Nights at Hobbs. Five Nights at Hobbs.
Five Nights at Empire.
Five Nights at Empire. But yeah, guys, Five Nights at Freddy's. But before we get into it, I'd like to remind you guys that you guys can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Google, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Make sure you follow our socials at Heat Ray Vision Podcast or go to heatrayvisionpodcast.com. You're going to see all of our links through there. Make sure you follow our second YouTube channel called Heat Ray Vision Clips. That's where we'll upload all of our clips. Or if you don't have enough time to listen to the whole podcast, we'll post all the highlights through there. Make sure you follow our main page called Heat Ray Vision to stay up to date with any geek news and films, TV, and video games. The socials are at Heat Ray Vision, and go to heatrayvision.com to find all of our socials. All the links will be down in the description. With that being said, Five Nights at Freddy's, man. Like Hav, you said this before we saw the movie. We're finally here. Like,
Yeah.
there's a movie, right?
I was like, I can't believe we're here now. There's a fucking movie.
Dude, man, that's true, dude. Because I remember Five Nights at Freddy's, from what I remember, came out like when we were like freshmen in high school.
That was 2014.
Right? Damn, we were like 14.
That was 9 years ago.
Dude, that's fucking crazy, man. I remember like seeing it on YouTube and stuff, and then I remember I actually bought the game on my phone.
Me too.
And I would play it and stuff. And I guess what drove me away from it, because I don't know if you noticed, bro, is as time went on, it mostly was more, it garnered more like children.
Yes.
I didn't like that. And then that's when I stopped fucking with it. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm seeing 5-year-olds talking about Freddy and shit. 5-years wearing the shirts and stuff.
Yeah,
And it's like,
It was like, what the fuck?
yeah, I'm like, man, fuck this shit.
And for as twisted as the lore is, and it's like, what the fuck? 5-year-olds are into this bullshit? Like, it was just weird.
Do you think was the lore? Do you think the lore was established back then already? Like at
Somewhat,
that time,
a little bit. It was a little bit, and it was like the lore when it first got introduced in the first game was very dark.
Yeah.
But then I feel like once the creator, the guy who created Five Nights at Freddy's, his name is Scott Cawthon. When he realized that like kids were getting into this lore shit, I think the reason why the lore that's been established now, the reason why it's so over the top and weird and kind of kooky now compared to like when it was first established is because it was catering to the kids. So like if you went on Game Theory, right? Shout out Game Theory, Matt Pat, the YouTuber, and he's made a video of like the definitive timeline, the lore of Five Nights across all the games. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? You're gonna be like, what? Like it goes over the top. But I have a feeling that the reason they did that with the lore is to kind of garner more to the kids and shit.
Huh.
Yeah, bro.
Like, but do you think they made the lore? Do you think if it wasn't garnering to kids, right, would the lore be like more gruesome or some shit?
I think it would have, but I think because they saw that kids were getting into it,
they're like, all right, let's just chill.
Let's just kind of.
So the lore got lighthearted?
Not lighthearted. It stayed like somewhat like dark, but it wasn't as dark.
Yeah.
Because obviously, when you play the first game, you play the game, right? And you get that phone call from Phone Guy. Canonically, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
And he basically tells you, like, oh, yeah, many years ago, there was an accident that went on here where 5 kids ended up going missing. Nobody knows what the fuck happened, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, that's when you had YouTubers, like, dissecting the newspaper clippings on the wall and, like, secret messages that were hidden in the game through the games and shit. And they put the pieces together, and you find out that someone kidnapped 5 kids, murdered them, and stuffed their bodies in the suits. And that's why the suits are possessed. And you're like, that's fucked, bro. Imagine, like, killing a bunch of 6-7-year-olds and putting their bodies in a suit, like crapping them in a suit, and like they're possessed. Like, that sounds dark and fucked.
Yeah.
But then as the lore kept going, it kind of kept going down that dark road. But then there's like at one point when they saw that like kids were getting into it, the lore started expanding to where like it started doing some really weird shit. Where it's just kind of like, bro, does this now just... It went from a murderer is out there killing kids to like now we're dealing with
like spirit, like,
mind controlling robots.
Okay.
See what I mean? Just by saying that, you're like, what? Like,
Yeah.
you see the
Most
departure?
definitely.
Yeah, I feel like if they kept it more like
Grounded.
yeah, right,
It
that
would
would've
have probably been a lot
But you know,
cooler.
you're right. I think that's why they maybe
Because like then they introduced this thing about these little micro machine things, like about the size of a quarter. It's like, oh, this is like a little mind control machine thing, and it's
What the
like we
fuck?
can control the robots
Yeah.
like that. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
So that's what I mean. Like the lore started getting over the top, but I feel like
Yeah.
they had to do it because what's gonna attract the 10-year-olds?
that's true, bro. Because I do remember like it was blowing up, man. Like everybody was
Yeah.
talking about it and
Yeah.
stuff. So I even checked it out. I even bought the fucking game. I think I bought the second one too. And then the third game, I think that's when like I noticed, oh shit, like more kids are like getting involved. I'm like, you know what, man, fuck this. And I just thought of it. I just left it as that. I'm like, oh, this is just a kids thing.
Right.
And ever since then till now, I've always thought of it like that. Oh, it's for Friends and Freddy. It's like a little kids thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get into the movie. I mean, were you guys like, so we saw it on Peacock, guys, because it came out on theater. Mario, why are you making that face, man? Go ahead.
Why you lying, man?
What do you mean? Oh shit, we didn't, huh? I thought we did.
I was like,
Oh.
we saw it on Peacock. I'm like, nah.
Hey,
we finesse Peacock. That's what we
Go
did.
ahead, tell him. Yeah, go.
So Hob, Hob
Oh
not
fuck!
Hob.
He brought me into this.
Let's see, Hob's
He a
not just
bitch.
Hob
He's like,
is
y'all
not
coming
just,
down with us.
Not gonna lie, I actually thought like for some reason, oh shit, we got Peacock, but
No, Hob is
That's
not
what-
just knowledgeable on movies, y'all. He knows the links. He knows the websites.
the website.
So he gave us this one website, and we saw that bitch for free. That's
Hey.
great. That's free.
No, yeah, because originally we're gonna get Peacock, where I was gonna get the
Mhm.
subscription for it to watch it there. But no, you're right, we didn't watch it there. What the fuck? I don't know why I thought we did. But yeah, we saw it at home, right? Usually, it's been a minute.
It's been a
dude,
fat minute.
right
Fat
since
minute, bro.
I mean, okay. It's been a minute since all of us have seen a movie like at home and then like review it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like whenever we're on our off, like we'd watch. Oh, we wouldn't really watch movies that much. But even if we did, it'd be just me and Mario.
Mhm.
But it'd be like an old movie, and it's just like, oh, we're
Yeah.
not, obviously we won't review it or whatever. But it's been a minute, and I thought it was kind of fun because we just make some jokes along the way and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it maybe
It saves us the fucking hassle of like driving there.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and obviously like dealing with people who are maybe too loud, and it's just like
Yeah.
we just get to chill.
That's facts.
So
But yeah, so we saw it through that website allegedly, right?
Allegedly, yeah.
And and no, we're not gonna tell y'all because y'all took down soap today.
yeah,
That's
for
fine.
real. What
Fuck
the
yeah,
hell?
man.
That's facts.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but anyways, Hav, right? He's the big lore guy. He grew up with Five Nights at Freddy's. He slept with Freddy.
Hey yo,
So
hey yo.
he slept with all of.
Not even Chica, bro. At least she a female.
No,
Oh,
you didn't.
hell
No,
no.
she wanted to jump in, but you said nah. Like,
Nah, you good, bitch. Hell nah.
nah,
Just leave the cupcake.
Just leave the cupcake. I'll see what I could do with it.
I'll eat that later. Trust me.
I'll see what I could do with it.
That bitch don't got sprinkles. I don't want
I
it.
heard he's got a deadly mouth.
What the fuck?
I'll do something with it. Chica, you can get the fuck on. I only do men. That's my taste.
Robotic man. That is.
Robotic. But
Yo, weirdos.
anyways, I mean you're the one who slept with him, but
That's
so
facts.
yeah. No, I was gonna say something.
Yeah, where were you going with it?
We're never gonna get into.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say even the little boy, the little
No, my God,
bro.
the
Y'all making me
little-
out as a pedophile.
What's it called? The little I don't know what's his name. Like, what's his name in the lore in the game?
I don't know. He didn't have a name here.
No, but in the game because he comes after you. That boy thing. Or wait, is he the one in the Jack in Box?
Oh,
That guy?
you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the little ghost kid.
No, no, that's
fuck?
too crazy.
No, I thought. Wait, no, I'm with Hob. I thought
you were talking
that's
about
what
the
you were
little
talking about
ghost kid.
too.
No, I'm talking
Oh,
about the
okay.
little boy, the animatronic thing.
Oh, balloon boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about, no, that's fun.
That's why. What you said, it was fucked.
Yeah, you said it was fucked.
like,
So
I was
we
saying
thought
some
it confirmed what we were
that is
thinking.
what I just said is fucked.
Well, it is, but
He's still technically
we
a
were
kid, but it's
thinking
animatronic kid.
of the other kid.
a real life kid? No, that's way too.
That's why I was like. Oh,
That's
no.
why I was like,
man.
oh shit.
Oh no, but this is okay. I could just say an animatronic kid. That's okay.
I mean,
Like,
regardless.
That came from you guys. Y'all said it. Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here first, boys.
Hell no.
And girls, whoever's listening. But y'all heard them. They said it's okay to do that, but
Nah,
only with
hell
fake
no.
children. That's
Allegedly.
crazy. That's crazy. No, that's even more fun. No, anyway, okay,
Yeah,
guys,
of
we're
course
gonna
it's
move on.
fun.
We're gonna move on.
Hell no. That's funny as fuck.
bro?
Anyway, so how he grew up with it, or I want to say grew up, but you know the lore
I
and
knew-
everything.
I
He's
know.
heavily invested. Out of the three
I
of us,
want to
Javi's
say
the most invested.
I want to say I know the majority of the lore. Well,
Okay.
the thing with
The
me is that
majority.
I was subscribed for the longest time because of Five Nights at Freddy's to Game Theory, right? Matt
Okay.
Pat, that YouTuber, because he would make those videos on Friday Nights at Freddy's, and he made. I'm not even bullshitting. Maybe no less than 30 videos on YouTube breaking
Damn.
down the lore.
He made money.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
He
bro.
got his
He broke
bag.
it. He broke down that lore to the fucking T, bro. And like, the only reason why I know so much about the lore is because I watched all those videos growing
Yeah.
up, and then kind of like Hector, bro. At one point, I just kind of grew out of it, and I kind of fell off, and I just never caught up with those videos. But then one day, I was just out of curiosity. I'm like, wonder how many other videos he made. And I look back, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And I don't think I saw any of them. I just like, because he made a video called like the definitive like lore, like the timeline of events, and I saw that. It was like maybe an hour long.
Jesus
Or
Christ.
not, and I'm probably exaggerating. It was like 30 minutes, 30, 40 or something like that. And it basically breaks down the lore from like the first events to present. And I was like, oh, okay, so now I know the lore. But like it was a long video, and I didn't keep up with it a lot.
Yeah.
But like, well, I know some lore. I don't know the
Yeah.
actual like whole thing. For that, you'd have to watch a YouTube video.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So I
So-
know some things, but not all.
So yeah,
of
with
it.
that being said, I'm curious as when this movie was like announced. Oh, they're making a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. What were your expectations? Like, oh yeah, like I'm actually kind of hyped about it. You didn't really care.
I wouldn't say hyped, bro, just because I used to be into those games. Obviously, when we were in high school,
Yeah.
like when we were 14, 15. I wouldn't say I was hyped for it. Same reaction as I had before the movie. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, we're here now, right?
Right.
But I wouldn't say I was excited. I wouldn't say I was hyped. I had a feeling that it was just going to be like another movie based off a video game, and it's
Yeah.
going to heavily cater to kids because
Yeah.
kids were into it. Surprisingly, it being PG-13, I thought they didn't bring the rating lower to like just regular PG. But I guess if you're going to include violence and
Right.
stuff like that, it has to be PG-13, which is easy because
Yeah.
either 13-year-olds can get in, or if you're younger than that, you should go in with a parent.
Right.
Yeah.
That's easy. And fun fact, even the directors said that they will not make an R-rated cut of this movie.
I was gonna mention that.
Damn.
Yeah, so like this is definitely, it's all business. It's just gonna cater to these
No, of
little
course.
kids. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So me kind of knowing this, I'm kind of like, yeah, like I don't think this movie is gonna be all that great. Like, it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
kind of thought
whatever.
the same. Like actually, Mario and I, we both said that this was a movie that we probably would have just skipped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because it's Five Nights at Freddy's and it's a kind of a big deal, people are like I said, some people are like, this is an anticipated movie for them. You know, I'm like, you know what? Let's just check it out. And by my surprise, I thought the same thing as you, bro. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be catered to mostly children. It's gonna be kind of cringy and stuff,
Yeah.
or whatever. But surprisingly, it's not like that at all.
I'm surprised as to
And-
like there weren't really a lot of scenes that made us cringe type shit.
No, not at all. And and I'm also surprised because I was also digging in, and apparently the director who directed this movie, I'm sounding like fucking apparently her last movie was like an indie horror film,
Oh shit.
and but those type of films, like you could just tell, right, that the budget's not there and stuff like that. And I didn't see the movie. I forgot what the movie was called. I think
I can look it up.
I think Wind, something like that. And so when I heard that, I'm like, oh, like, okay, then we are gonna get that type of cheesy, kind of little bit of cringy type of vibe. But no, you could see the budget through here, like in this movie. Like the budget was there. I think everything, even the animatronics, like we thought, Jav and I, we both thought they were gonna be like CGI. I personally thought they weren't gonna look great. But they actually did look pretty fucking good, man. Like
And they moved.
and when they would move and stuff.
It was realistic.
Yeah. So, Did you found it, Mario?
Yeah, she made 2 movies, The Wind, and another movie called Blood Moon.
Yeah, see, only 2 movies under her belt, right? And one of them being a indie one. Where how long was that? Like, was it a short one or?
The Wind?
Yeah.
Let me see.
But all I heard was from other people saying, "Oh, it's
An hour and 28.
an hour
It
28."
is pretty short, yeah.
And it's not. Isn't it crazy that like an hour 28?
It
is
got
really
it got a
short?
5.6 on IMDb, but an 81 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I guess it's pretty good. But so yeah, having 2 movies under your belt and just hearing people saying, "Oh, it's like an indie type of horror film," whatever, I was kind of like, "Ah, fuck." But no, surprisingly, it was pretty solid, man. Especially what's the actor's guy, the main guy, his name? I forgot.
Josh
his name.
Hutcherson.
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, oh shit, the dude from Zathura, the dude from PETA, the dude from Bridge to Terabithia, right?
Yeah, man.
And
It's crazy because you don't really see him in a lot of
no,
shit
man,
anymore.
you don't, man.
So the
You
fact
don't.
to see him back, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, right. So I was kind of like, okay, let's see. He's back. Let's see what he got, you know? And I'm surprised that I actually liked this. I actually enjoyed this movie more than what I expected. You know, what about you, Haf?
I say I enjoyed this movie too. I liked it. But I wouldn't like it. It didn't really necessarily blow me away. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, it was better.
Really?
than I
Because you were
expected.
jumping out of your seat sometimes. Oh, shit.
Yeah, because I was just like, I can't believe they're going in this direction. Because a lot of the shit that
Okay.
they did in the movie strays away from the OG canon
got you.
lore, which I'll get into in the spoiler section. But like when there were some things where I was like, I can't believe they did that. It's because like
Yeah.
based on the real lore
Okay.
from the games, it's a different direction.
So, okay, so I guess I want to ask you. I want to ask you for a person who knows the lore, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that they did Five Nights at Freddy's justice? And do you think that this movie was actually, made for the fans? Do you think most Five Nights at Freddy fans will actually enjoy this movie?
I think that because the lore dude goes over the top.
Yeah.
It goes super like exaggerated. Like I said, I feel like they did that to cater the kids. And to me, it's one of those things where I look back and I'm like, man, like this shit's so over the top now. It's just kind of goofy now. Like mind controlling robots. What the fuck is that shit, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of think back to like, man, I liked when it was just the first Five Nights at Freddy's, where the lore was simple. It was just a guy who lured 5 kids away, killed them, and stuffed their bodies. Like it was a much more grounded, much more simpler kind of like story plot. That I was actually glad that this movie kind of kept it simple and not over the top. Like that first game was.
Yeah.
Like when you found out the story, the lore behind the first game, I like that the movie just kind of stayed in its simple route. Now, if they end up making sequels, obviously they're going to start touching into those other goofy shit, right? But for it being the first movie, I think like them just keeping it simple and keeping this core story from like that first game be the only thing going on in this movie was a smart move.
Yep.
Even though they could have easily thrown a bunch of shit in the movie lore wise and the fans would get it, like especially kids, like once the people who know this Five Nights at Freddy's expanded lore.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good job on them to keep it simple, to keep the plot simple, like they did in the first game.
Because it definitely made it more enjoyable.
Right.
And
also, if you just get into all that other expanded shit,
you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
It's so convoluted.
Yeah, you're gonna
And
especially
you would definitely confuse the fans as
especially
well.
because like we have like another side plot that's going on as well during the movie. I mean, do you want to give like a quick synopsis on it?
Well, so basically, we follow Josh Hutcherson's character. We find out that Josh Hutcherson actually plays Mike Schmidt, who throughout the movie you guys were like, whoa, what? Because I guess in the movie there's this thing where like they don't say his last name in the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
and we thought there would be a big reveal. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as knowing the lore, Mike Schmidt's a nobody.
Oh,
Mike Schmidt is just because when you play the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, you know how you beat the first 5 nights, like, and you finally beat the game, and you get like at the end of the 5th night when you beat all the nights, you get a paycheck that's written to you.
it just says Mike Schmidt.
Yes, that's all that it is.
So
like
it's just the person you play.
Sure.
Okay.
And he's the security guard, right? But in this, obviously in this game, Mike Schmidt gets a whole like background and stuff like that. You find out that his little brother and all that stuff, right? So, but like as far as his name and who could he be?
Right.
Literally, it's just like an Easter egg reference
Gotcha.
to the game. But yeah, so he plays the role of Mike Schmidt, and he gets this new job, this new role as the security guard at an abandoned Five Nights at Freddy's like location.
Yeah.
And he's doing this because he's going through some family troubles where he's fighting for custody for his little sister. So he's just kind of has to like, grind through these 5 nights at this Freddy's place just so like his life shit can work out. And obviously throughout those 5 nights, the FNAF shit ensues.
Right.
But that's basically what
And
the
so
movie's about.
okay, so with the synopsis out the way, Mario, I want to ask you, bro, as a person who don't know, who you don't even know,
I don't know
the lore,
shit.
man. You
I don't know
shit.
nothing.
What did you think? What
Not
did you
even
think
like the least bit, a little bit of lore or nothing like that.
I didn't know. Honestly, bro, I didn't give a jack shit ever about this franchise.
That's funny.
even when it was hot back
Nah, I
then,
never
in
cared.
freshman year?
I never cared.
Really? But you heard of it though.
I heard of
freshman
it.
year, right?
of course.
Like to me, I knew it was
Everybody.
something when I walked into Kohl's and I saw Five Nights at Freddy shirts. I was like, damn, it's really.
But like
that
not
big.
even in class where like your classmates were playing the game. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
bro.
You wouldn't see that.
Have you ever
I-
seen? I was gonna say, have you ever seen people play the games? And
Yeah,
stuff?
I seen people play it,
Oh, but he
I
just never gave a fuck,
I just
like-
never. I was like, here's why I never gave a fuck.
Interest-
The
oh.
gameplay looked like ass to me.
Well,
Of course he'd say that.
I didn't.
Of
care.
course he'd say that. That fucking is gamer ass, bro.
I just didn't care, bro.
game-
Like,
It's just point and click.
are you a gamer, bro?
I don't like point and click games.
Then you
Yeah,
must hate. You
the
must hate Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, Telltale
games.
games.
Well, that's different from point and click.
Come
The
on,
point and
Powder.
click.
Wait, it's point and
what
click.
I think point and click. You think of Boulder's Gate point and click? No, it's not. Games like
bear.
like
Freddy Fazbear.
Diablo. There we go. Diablo, I think is point and click.
Okay, so you hate
That's the point and click.
Okay,
I
so you don't like Pokemon.
No,
Wow.
He said, "What the fuck? What the fuck are these graphics?"
You don't like Pokemon?
not the
I don't.
games.
I'm not into Pokemon.
I'm not worried about you.
The shows.
I'm not worried about you. I already know you.
I like the shows and movies.
But like him as like a gamer, he's a gamer girl, right? So like it's like
what the
why?
fuck? No, you're a gamer girl.
You're not. You're a gamer.
You're my gamer
You're
girl.
a gamer bitch.
I'm a gamer
You're
man.
a gaming.
What?
I am a gamer man. Sure.
Yeah, I am.
I'll take that.
I'll take
no,
that.
that's not you.
That's
not
me.
you.
That's me.
Either way,
You're a
right?
gamer. You were saying-
I'm just surprised you as a gamer, right? You couldn't appreciate
Nah.
that fucking game, bro. It's
I
simple,
knew it was
scary.
big. I admit
It
that
scared,
it was big.
It scared me, not gonna lie.
I
I mean, even now, I mean, we maybe like a year ago or something. Danny, shout out to Danny, guys. I'm sure
it's probably
you guys
way
might know
more
him.
enjoyable in VR.
I was about to say we played it in VR,
And it's Oculus.
and I beat that shit.
Nah, bro, that shit's fucked actually.
That shit is spooky.
Because you're
like
in
you're
that
actually
bitch.
in there.
Yes,
man.
bro. No, that shit's fucked.
That's actually
That's
spooky.
different from playing it on your phone.
You know,
dude.
Danny
That
has
shit's fucking
has
fucked.
Resident Evil 4 in VR.
Does he? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, I played that too.
That's badass.
But I only played the beginning. I didn't play like where like
Further
crazy
on.
Was it
shit.
cool? Like how
I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, what the fuck? And then this was before we found out that Resident Evil 4 remake became for VR. Remember that?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Mari. Without you not giving a fuck, what did you think about this movie? What was your expectations? What did you think about this movie, man? Coco.
I guess as someone who never really, like I said, never really cared about the franchise, this movie does do a good job of entertaining someone who doesn't know anything at all. Because my original thoughts of this movie going into it, I thought it was like, no, this is probably gonna be dog shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the trailer looks like shit.
Damn.
The actor's only in very mediocre movies. He was in one big franchise, Hunger Games, like Javi said.
He's a bitch.
I mean,
He just called Zathura mediocre.
Zathura was hard, man.
He called Bridge of Terabithia mediocre.
I can't let that slide. That was the first movie that made me cry.
but we all know Hunger Games is that's his biggest thing is the Hunger Games. But this movie
because he's right. I can't let
let
that
him cook,
slide.
let him cook.
I can't let that slide. Mario
no.
being right?
For what?
no, this movie does a really good job of. I'm gonna be surprised, just like you. I was fairly entertained throughout the entire thing. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to be on my phone a lot because we're at your crib. Obviously, I might be on my phone a lot. I was like, "Fuck, this movie's gonna be ass either way." But no, I was shocked. The animatronics look good. The acting wasn't that bad from anybody.
It's passable.
Yeah, it's passable.
Even
Really.
Josh Hutcherson, him being like the better, like the more him and Matthew Lillard, who we know is the guy who played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movies, right? And he also voices Shaggy in the cartoons and stuff.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, he does all the cartoons and shit. Like, even them being seasoned veteran
Also, real quick,
actors,
he's also from a show called Good Girls on Netflix. It's a really good show. But anyway, shout out
Oh
to him.
yeah,
Oh,
I've
was
seen
he?
that. I've
Good
seen
Girls.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's a really good show. But
what's it called? But yeah, even them being like, I wouldn't say this is like their acting was even all that here. It was passable. It was just kind of like just to kind of get the movie going.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but you could just tell they were on cruise control.
yeah, and to be honest, I'm glad you brought this up, bro, because there were some moments that I kind of had an issue with him, where I think there were certain scenes that required like a lot of emotion and like because there are things that are kind of becoming reality, and you know how to explain this, like that feeling where you find out something and you're like completely shocked. You're just like hyperventilating. I can't say that word. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You fucking you start like, oh shit, or like you start kind of freaking out and stuff. There were moments in here in this movie and some scenes like that, and I feel like there wasn't that emotion. You know what I mean? I wanted to see more.
But here's the thing:
if
you
that
also
makes
got to
sense,
think
bro.
about it.
You
You
know
also
what I
got to
mean?
think about it. You said like, oh, like there are scenes where the scene required his acting to be
Yeah.
elevated. But the question is, does it really require it though? When you find out that this movie was aimed at a certain target audience, of course, we
Yeah.
expect that because we've seen the Batman.
I mean, I guess.
And we kind of expect our movie cinema to like
Yeah.
be out of a certain level. But even the directors, the writers, even Jason Blum, the guy who, the head of Blumhouse and produced this movie, I think if everyone's self-aware, they know for who exactly this movie is being made for, that acting is the last fucking thing they should be worried about.
I mean, I see your point, bro. I see your point, but like, I just think that if they actually, how do I explain this? Because No Way Home, like that's catered for anybody, and it's really good. You know, same with I guess Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
You know, even that could be for anybody. Anybody can enjoy, even a little kid. I mean, even us as a little kid, we enjoyed it, right?
Right.
So my thing is, why not just make something like that where anybody can really enjoy it? And sure, we did enjoy it, but I'm just saying, like, still keep the acting there. Like even though, okay, I know the mass audience is going to be mostly children, but me as like a director, me as like a writer or something like that, I still want to put out the best that I can. You know what I mean? That way, anybody could enjoy this. Does that make sense?
I guess.
But anyways, there were some moments like that where I just felt like, where's the? You just found out
Yeah.
so and so. Why aren't you? You're just
Freaking out
reacting like
more.
this is normal Tuesday. Like, oh man, here it is.
I'm telling you, it's because they know their priorities is not so much
Yeah.
Oscar-winning
Yeah,
performances.
and then
Yeah.
also I remember there was also rumors that this movie's gonna be like 3 hours long or some shit.
Nah,
Yeah,
Do
what
you
the
remember that,
fuck?
bro?
I never
Dude, I was
heard
like,
that.
no way, they're gonna make this 3 hours long. But no, it was an hour 50. I mean,
Yeah.
close to 2 hours. I mean, sure. And I thought the pacing was good too.
Yeah.
I don't like, and the reason why I say that is I didn't really feel, oh, this is a long movie. But then again, this is where I'm gonna be real, man. I gotta keep it 100. I don't know if us being together and being in the comfort of my house and being able to talk played a factor into that. Rather
Yeah,
than we
you're
were in a
right.
movie where we don't talk, we barely say shit, we're just watching. So you know what I mean. So I
That
don't.
is a factor. I didn't think of that.
Well, yeah, because like we'd pause it, we'd make some jokes, we'd fucking around, right? So I still have to take an account for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Fuck.
but everything else, like,
Well, you know,
yeah, we're saying.
obviously because it's me, right? Because I'm Hav.
Okay.
As someone who watches both movies in theaters and at home,
Okay.
and I can kind of establish the difference.
Yeah.
I can confirm that, like, no, the pacing was actually pretty good. It was
Okay,
decent.
all right.
I can confirm. Yeah, because trust me, we could
Yeah,
watch.
Hav
We
just
could be
said, like-
watching a movie that's trash. Would be like, what the fuck going on? Like, we would be
Yeah.
making more jokes and shit because we
And
don't
not
give
caring.
a fuck.
I'm
because
trying to remember a movie we saw actually like that we were acting like that.
Probably
we were acting like that.
the Texas Chainsaw that came out on Netflix.
Oh my god, yeah, that one was so dog shit.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah,
But you see how we saw that one at
No, you're
home,
right, yeah.
and we were like, bro, like, what the fuck going on?
No, you're right.
Right? Here, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, I was like really fully invested in this, man.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it. Like what Hive said, the acting was passable, the pacing was pretty good. You know, I really like, as a person that only knows some like of the basic lore, even like not at all.
Yeah.
I still really enjoyed the storytelling, and I think it does a good job for people that don't know the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, right?
You gotta get introduced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I think it did a really good job, and I guess I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think it's a cool movie. I mean, should we do or if it's worth watching at the theater, or what do you think? Or what do you think?
I mean, that's tough. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Like, why watch it in theaters if you have it on Peacock?
But if you don't have Peacock, I mean,
But my thing is like, I don't know, man. Like, that's true, right? If you don't have it, like, but then again, like, you gotta remember this movie's targeted for kids. So the question is, are you willing to take your kids to see the movie?
yeah.
And in that case, the entire theater would be filled with kids, so it wouldn't be like a problem.
Also, another issue, and I know that's targeted to kids, bro. But I kind of like, this is why I kind of at least wanted another cut. Was because, like, how cool would it be if we had like a rated R, like Five Nights at Freddy's, and we could actually see the kills that happen because they immediately cut off.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I kind of like with a, like, it reminds me like a Megan situation.
I get you.
You remember that, bro?
Yeah.
And sure, we don't need to see them, but I just think, it'd be really cool if we actually got.
I feel like even if we did see it, like, okay, there's like, you see it in the trailer. It's not a spoiler, but in a trailer, you know, there's like a little dungeon place, a little basement thing or whatever, where people get strapped to a chair, and then they put on that Freddy Fazbear mask that has buzzsaws sawing. Like, if we saw someone getting cut up by that buzzsaw mask, even if we did see it, I feel like the movie would still be the same. The difference now is that it's rated R, but only because now we see the kills. But I feel like the rest of the movie would be not elevated; it would just kind of stay the same.
Yeah, I think it would have been different if they did a Megan situation where this movie was intended to be rated R and then they edited it to be PG-13. Right? Remember that's what they did with Megan?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, let's go with if it's a worth a movie ticket or whatever, or home or whatever. I know you were thinking about it. I'm gonna let you think about it. I'm gonna go with Mario, and then we're gonna say our ratings. And then we'll get to the spoiler section. Mario, is it worth a movie ticket, buddy? Or nah? What's the deal, Mario? Let us know.
Listen,
girl. Popcorn or pretzel bites?
I think
Neither. You know what?
Listen.
You can watch this with Mountain Dew, no ice.
He's a bitch.
Honestly.
Avi goes like, this is a Mountain Dew, but with 2 ice cubes.
2 ice cubes. And I want to say large, but no, medium popcorn.
Light butter.
Light on the popcorn.
And
light on the butter, though.
salted. Super lightly salted.
on the butter. All right? Don't overdo it, guys. And
if you're feeling frisky, a Skittles.
That's it.
That's it.
If you're feeling fruity. That's if you're feeling fruity and you're bringing your kids with you.
That's some fruit shit.
Nah.
But that's so funny, man. Those ratings are so funny. Like, what does that even mean? Is it good or not?
It's like listen to the pod.
Yeah, right. It's like,
Honestly,
I don't even know what the fuck they thought about this movie.
No, but
hey, you know what's funny is they're like, what the fuck does that mean? I guess I gotta go do that.
Yeah,
For real.
So someone goes out there, orders exactly what we said.
I understand it now.
Dude, that would be so
I understand
funny.
it.
That would be so funny.
Like, oh shit, she
Hell
was
no.
lit.
For real.
You're the friend that goes with you bought large popcorns to the medium. I hate this
Yo,
shit.
you know they get the no, wait, pause.
You didn't get the medium popcorn.
Wait, hold up. Someone goes up to the person who's like at the cashier, right? He orders what Hav critiques it. The cashier's like, "You listen to HRV?"
No way! Imagine. No way! You HRV pod, man. You listen.
That's funny
Dude,
as
that would be
fuck.
so funny, man.
That's funny as fuck.
But anyways, yeah, Mario.
But what's
is
it called?
worth the movie ticket. Your final thoughts,
Listen,
movie ticket.
if you're a Five Nights at Freddy fan, I think yeah. But if you're not like Hav is, I don't think it is worth the movie ticket. Wait, watch it at home. Watch it here at Peacock. It's already on their day one. Yeah. Or you know the links. Like Hav know the links.
Right.
Use the link.
Use
We ain't
the
saying
links.
shit. We ain't snitches over here.
Yeah.
But no.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah. We are.
Got
Sorry.
took down so today, man.
For real.
Too many people on
never
that
forgive
shit.
you. Never forgive you. But so I'm gonna say if you're a fan, go ahead. If you're not a fan like me, watch it on Peacock or illegally, however you want to do it. Allegedly. But out of 10,
And GTA or in Minecraft.
but out of 10, I'll probably give this. Surprisingly, I'll probably give this probably like a 7.
Oh wow. Okay, girl. Okay,
I was going into it expecting to give it like a 4 or 5.
Damn, that low? I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be like No, you're right. You're right. I think that's you're right, bro.
Yeah, dude. What
think
the
that's
fuck?
what
You
I was
expected
thinking.
something more?
Yeah, I think I was expecting.
What the fuck?
But okay, have you had some time to think about it? What
I mean, I
man?
think, you know what? At the end of the day, man, I just think like I think we should all just chillax, just watch it at home. I don't think the movie theater experience is
Not
all that
even if you're
necessary.
like a big Five Nights at Freddy fan. Like,
Who are the big Five Nights at Freddy's fans? Kids?
I mean, there's some out there probably.
I
older
guess,
now.
but like kids, they got parents. Parents got money. They probably got a Peacock. Just watch it at home. Or at least, even better for the parents. Any parents listening out there?
I will say though, this movie was definitely shot really well in a sense where it actually felt like an actual movie. It didn't feel like cheesy or like those type of movies.
No,
right?
I know what you mean.
So it was
But
really well.
realistically, the parents are not going to give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean,
This is probably like if they
Yeah.
had Peacock, they would just put this movie on to entertain
Yeah.
the kids while they go do chores.
okay, but here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Peacock, right? You have to get the subscription, right? It's $5.99 with ads, and then $11.99 without ads, right? So $11.99, like, is it worth getting? Because many people don't have Peacock. I feel like. You know?
Okay.
Is it worth getting a Peacock subscription over going? Yeah, no, it is. It is.
Yeah, bro.
It is. I just wanted to make a talking point, man. I just want to be real with you.
Yeah,
I would just make a talking point. No, yeah, I guess it is.
But I just feel like, yeah, man, I feel like maybe the theater experience is not all
Yeah.
that. Like, you could just watch it in the comfort of your home and stuff like that.
yeah.
I say just watch it at home. And as far what I thought of the movie,
Yeah,
like
the
I said, I
rating.
thought the movie was entertaining. It was good, passable. I'm sure a lot of kids will like the movie because they're really big on the lore. Parents will just kind of whatever.
Kind of like
to be
you
honest.
have. Oh,
Yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on,
right.
man.
I was yelling like that because they were doing shit in the story that goes against the actual lore.
Can we talk about that? In
We'll talk
spoiler
about that in the
section?
spoiler.
Bet, bet,
That's
bet.
why I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
I want to hear more about what
I'm
your
like
thoughts and stuff.
surprised they did that bullshit. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, so like that's just because I know shit and I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, they did that differently. I wonder why. But yeah, I mean, I just thought the movie was good. Definitely entertaining. If you're an adult, I feel like if you're someone who like requires higher intellect with their movies, don't bother watching this movie because this movie's not made for y'all. Like it's obviously targeted at kids, that or people who I guess are really into the lore. But I guess I feel like after you've hit the age of 16, you fall out that category. You kind of grow out of it. So
Yeah.
it being aimed at kids and teenagers, I feel like they're gonna have a blast. But if you require something more from the movie, I say just skip out on it. As far as for me, as someone who at one point was invested in the lore and saw a lot of similarities and also differences at the same time, I found myself enjoying this movie. I thought it was passable.
Yeah.
Would I watch it again? Probably not. But I guess just at the end of the day, I'd probably give it a 6.
Shh, a 6, girl? You thought it was just okay?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Passable. Not bad. It's
All
not
right.
mid. It's definitely not mid because I was like,
No,
I'm
yeah.
entertained by the lore. And they do, obviously with the storyline they give Mike Schmidt because he literally has no story.
Right.
That motherfucker has no lore whatsoever in the actual games. So the fact that they gave him a whole story arc background in
Yeah.
the movie kind of humanizes him in a bit. And even that, like when you deal with like him doing the lucid dream stuff, which we'll get into,
Yeah.
I felt like was entertaining, elevates the movie a little bit.
And I think they did a pretty good job like giving him like some type of lore that would fit in with the movie
yeah.
to make it passable. We're like, okay, we actually got ourselves a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they really did a good job. Not only that, also another critique that I want to give out is that we have another side plot that kind of goes on in the beginning of the movie, and then it just goes nowhere.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I don't want to say until the spoiler section. It's just, in the beginning you're kind of intrigued. Okay, cool. And then it's just fades away and not to be brought up again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess that's another critique. But overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. Like I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't that bad. And yeah, I would agree that maybe it's best to get a Peacock subscription or website allegedly, right? Illegally, allegedly, in Minecraft, and watch it at your house, man, and just kick it with your boys or kids, I should say, right?
Yeah, right.
Kick it with your kids, right? But yeah, for my rating, I think I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 7, man. I'm gonna give it a 7. But yeah, guys. With that being said, that's gonna be our non-spoiler review. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we're gonna cut to our spoiler section. And 1, 2, 3. All right, Mario, you want to say your favorite line? We saw titties or what? Like, He always says that. Man.
Chica titties.
He always says
bro,
that. Bro.
Freddy titties.
Every time we do that, he's
I'm
like,
like
waist
random
out
with it.
titties. Like,
It's because you started that.
No, he did. I think.
No, because
no,
when you
I
said it
did.
on Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah,
Did we?
yeah, that's right. I did, huh?
Did you?
Yeah, like we
think you
saw
did.
titties.
You forgot?
I thought I
Dude.
said it during the
I said that once, but then you said it every then on.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, oh yeah, because you started it, because you said it the first time.
which came out first, Oppenheimer or Talk to Me?
Oppenheimer.
Talk to
Then
me.
yeah, no, okay. Oh,
Wait, what? Oppenheimer came out first and Talk to Me.
I thought I said I saw
Really?
titties.
Talk to Me came out after Oppenheimer, bro.
Okay.
Okay,
I
I
don't
was
know.
about to say, I
Bro,
remember seeing it
Oppenheimer
during
was in
that.
June or July.
Was it?
Yeah.
For real?
Yes,
Nah,
bro.
That's not. That's fair.
All right.
I'm a fan.
It's
But anyways,
it's almost November.
but okay, so now so we're here. I'm gonna look actually real quick. But yeah, now we're in the spoiler section. Let me mention right the part where the whole side plot was the whole
The custody of the kid?
the custody of the kid, right? Because we find out that Mike, right, Mike Schmidt, whatever. We find out that he is the guardian caretaker of his sister, and that we find out later as well that his parents died. His mother died for whatever reason, and we can imply that his father committed self-deletion based on like how he described it to that one police officer lady that ends up helping him in the movie. And obviously it's just Mike and his sister, and he's not doing so well. You know, obviously he has some traumatic experience because we find out that his younger brother was kidnapped and stuff.
Yeah.
So he is having trouble, finding a stable job, and now his aunt is fighting custody over the child.
The little girl.
Yeah. And we find out that the aunt's doing some malicious things behind the scenes, trying to find some concrete evidence that he is not suited for as a guardian
For a kid.
right for a kid.
So that she could take the custody.
And we see these plans that she's doing, like she hires a couple people to find some evidence, go trash Freddy Fazbear's place and stuff. And this is the beginning of the movie, and then that whole thing just fades away. It just nothing. We don't even know what happened. Like, why did she stop? Like, what happened?
She died.
Yeah,
Right?
she gets killed.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, she dies.
When when the busted Freddy came to the house.
Oh, yes.
Which, by the way, I remember you mentioned, you were like, "What is that? Huh?" Like, y'all kept asking me as the lore master.
Oh yeah, what?
And I was
What
like,
was that?
And then you were like, "Oh, that's like a busted up Freddy though. Like,
Yeah,
why is he
busted up?
why is he missing an eye and ear and he's all torn up?" And I'm like, "You're right." And I think what it is, I can pull up the picture. I think that Freddy, that specific Freddy, is supposed to be what in the lore.
Yeah,
is
Oppenheimer
known-
came out first,
All right.
and then talk to him.
In the lore, he's known as this guy.
Which we still gotta. I'm
the
still
lore.
gonna
Known as-
rewatch Oppenheimer.
He's known as Golden Freddy.
Golden Freddy. Oh yeah.
Golden Freddy. Yeah, he looked familiar. So what's the deal with him?
So in the lore, Golden Freddy, like when you're playing the game, there's like a
Right,
little
you turn on the
poster.
light. Yeah, go on.
There's like a poster on the wall, and like it's a poster of all like the Five Nights at Freddy's characters. And I think in one of them, if you hover the mouse and click on one of their noses, you hear like a squeak sound, and that activates this glitch where this Golden Freddy character comes in, and if you look at him long enough, like he'll appear as a hallucination. And if you look at him long enough, it crashes your game.
Oh, shit.
It was just meant for as like a scary thing in the first game, but then obviously as the games went on, they canonized that Golden Freddy as a fifth victim of a kid.
We don't know who.
You find out the names
Gotcha.
of the kids, but like they're not like relevant.
Okay.
They don't attach to the lore. You just we can't just call them kids. Like they have to have names, so they just gave them names.
Oh, I see what you
You know
mean.
what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But like, yeah, because like when Mike does his lucid dreaming and he sees 5 kids, that's why. But there's 4 animatronics. Well, the 5th one is this Golden Freddy character, who I think is who we saw when he went to go get the little girl Abby. I forgot her name.
Could
And
it be
they-
like he's the OG? Like he's probably a first victim.
Oh, the first
No,
victim?
he was not.
Oh shit.
Lore wise, he was not.
Well, I just assumed because
Sure.
like he's all busted up. Maybe it's an old Freddy. Like.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
No, but no, yeah, it's not like that.
But anyways, that part, like that whole plot with that chick, I forgot she died, bro. That's how much
Yeah.
she wasn't really important, like to me throughout that movie. I was like, okay. that
They probably
went
just needed an
nowhere.
excuse to like get those first kills in the movie.
I guess, but even then, it's like, the kills weren't like. The kills weren't satisfying to me just because we didn't see them.
And we
Only
didn't
the
care.
one where that one chick got split in half.
Yeah, that
was
was
gnarly.
unexpected.
The reason why I was shocked about that is because like I wasn't expecting them to show that in a PG-13 movie.
Yeah,
and then
facts.
movie where a lot
You know
of
what I
kids
mean?
are gonna go
like
to.
literally, it just shows a silhouette of this girl like being eat up by Freddy's head or something.
Yep.
And he chomps on her, and she gets split in half. We see her, the bottom half of her body just fall. Like
Yep.
that was gnarly, man. Like,
It was.
I didn't think they were gonna show that in this movie. That's why I was like, wow. You know
all
what
the
I mean?
all the soccer moms were like, Timothy, no,
Low key, right?
Yeah.
Yo, you can't see this.
you can't see that, bro.
You know, but yeah, we still got some blood and stuff like that
Yeah.
as well. But anyways, so let's talk about the lore half.
Oh, no.
The
Feed
lore.
us into some-
I'm gonna be
Yeah, our
honest with you
favorite
guys.
word.
I don't know where to fucking start. So
Oh,
whatever
God.
questions
So-
you have, I'll go from what you guys have.
So you said, okay, I want to know more about the oh fuck, I forgot the name.
Also,
The-
remember, I'm not like super invested in the entire lore.
you are,
I know
bitch.
bits and parts. So like, if I
You
don't
are,
know,
bitch.
if I don't know,
You're
are.
the lore master.
you're the dungeon master.
You're for real though.
But I want to know more about this yellow bunny guy, right?
okay.
Because we first see him in this movie, obviously, and I want to know why he like, remember that, okay, the beginning scene where he's talking, Mike is talking to this guy, because he worked at a security job at the mall. He had an incident where he thought some kid was being kidnapped, and he chased him down and doing I'm vengeance on his ass, and
Yeah.
beating him up. We find out, his reasons why, right? His traumatic past.
Yeah.
And so he's talking to this, I guess, HR person, I'm assuming.
He's one of those recruiter guys.
Okay, yeah, like
He's the guy that like he works for one of those companies. Like if you ever
like a temp. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Got
they're
you,
the
got
ones
you.
that assign you jobs. You can go try it out and shit like that.
And so
He
he
works at a temp
starts
agency.
he starts looking over his record and stuff, and like, hey man, like finding you a job ain't gonna be easy, bro, something like that. And he starts looking at his record, and he says, "You're Mike," and he like doesn't say his last name, and he starts kind of like freaking out and puts his paper away.
Yeah.
And he starts acting nice. Hey, I got some coffee, man. You want some coffee? Oh, I got a gig, man. Here's this. And he talks about the gig, about the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Right.
And my thing is like, what was the deal with that? Like, why
Well,
did he
because
act
if you
that way?
remember at the end of the movie, you find out that like, oh shit, this dude's related to the kid I killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
stupid as hell, bro. You're right.
Yeah,
bro.
because his brother gets taken.
Yeah.
You're fucking right, dude. I'm so stupid, man. I was like, wait, why the fuck did he flip out? Oh shit, that makes sense, bro. I'm
Yeah.
an idiot, man. I don't know why I just missed that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Mario, stop acting like you knew that too, man.
What?
Like, you didn't know that shit.
What?
That shit went over your head too, man.
What? That the owner was the
No, that he's
No,
saying
that
why he's
his
saying why did
behavior.
he react weird when he saw that his name was Mike Schmidt? And
Yeah.
I go, yeah, because he realized, oh shit, this is
the-
a relative.
Oh,
of the-
why he acted weird?
in the beginning of the
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna say like it was him. But I was like, yo, watch him be the.
movie. No, that's not where I don't think he understands what we're saying.
He's not.
Yeah, what are you saying?
What do you mean? Doesn't matter?
No, I know. I
No,
said
he
no,
said
he
he
doesn't.
doesn't know. That's what he-
I know
that's what
you're
he-
right. He
yeah.
doesn't know.
You're not understanding what we're saying.
He's saying like when he was reading his file and he's like, oh, so your name's Mike, and then he looks at his last name, doesn't read it, and he acts all weird.
Uh-huh.
He's asking why was he acting weird. By the way, I guess for the people listening, right? The guy, the HR guy, we find out like he has some fake ass name. I forgot what it was, but we
Something
find out.
Wrangling or something.
Yeah, but we find out that that's his fake name, and this guy's actually William Afton.
And who's that in the
Which I have no
lore?
idea what that
I'll
is.
get there.
But yeah, before. I'm gonna
But
explain
we
this.
find out that William Afton, who in the lore is the guy who murders the kids and stuffs their
Yeah.
body into the suits,
okay.
right? So when he read his name, he's like, "Oh shit! Like I killed someone with that same last name." So like this is probably a relative.
And that's why he was reacting weird, bro.
because let's be honest.
That's the part where I told you you probably didn't know that either, man. You didn't connect that.
Oh, I mean, but I called him as the.
That's not what
he owned it. Like he owned. Like, oh, watch him be the
Yes, bro. But I'm talking about like, did you understand why he was acting like that with him when he was
Oh.
reading his file?
I mean, yeah.
No, you didn't, bro.
I mean, it's a pause, bro. I mean, why would I say this guy's he's setting him up? I even said that.
No, I know, bro. I know you thought you Mario, I understand, right? Listen. I understand that you thought, oh, watch him be the bad guy. Cool. But do you understand why he was reacting weird when he was talking to him and reading his file and talk to him like normal, and then when he reads his file, he says Mike and he stutters he puts a file down and he starts acting nice. Hey, do you want a cup of coffee? You want this? Blah blah blah. I got a job for you.
Oh,
That behavior. Do you understand why?
Yeah, because he realized like, oh, I killed your
Okay,
brother.
but did you know that before he said it?
No, the connection I made is like, oh, he's the bad guy. Not that he's the
He's the
one that
Is he
killed
not
his little
getting
brother.
it?
I don't know.
Does he understand what I'm asking?
No, that moment made me think that he's just the bad guy. I didn't. That moment didn't make me like, oh, he's the one that killed his little brother.
Okay, that's fine.
That's how I'm.
That's
seeing it.
fine.
That's how I view
That's
it.
fine. But the reality is the reason why he
Yeah, it's
acted
because he
that
killed
way-
his brother.
Okay, now my question is, did you understand that from after the movie, or did you understand that like me when Hav said it right now?
When I explained it.
Oh no, after the movie was done.
Did you?
Yeah, he said it. I killed your brother.
No, yes, bro. But do you understand that was the reason why he was
Yeah,
behaving like that from the beginning of the
I understand why he said why he was like, you're William. I understand
Did you
why.
make that connection from all the way
in
to
the
beginning of the movie?
in the moment? No. After the movie.
No, bro. All right, man. We're moving on, man.
I'm
sick of
confused
you,
by the
bro.
question.
This motherfucker doesn't understand. I don't know, man. Let us know in the comments, guys. Like, let us know in the comments.
It's
Tell
Mario
me
full of
this-
shit.
Let's make a poll.
Let's make a pool.
Who's tweaking?
Am
Am I tweaking?
It's like,
Or is Mario
who tweaking? And the options are Hector, Mario, and then my name's there for some reason.
What the fuck?
And more people like me.
And they all put up.
Everybody picks Abby, bro.
That's
Oh,
funny.
That would
I
be
think
funny.
Mario understands what I'm asking him.
I know.
I don't know. Is that just me, bro? Like,
From what I'm understanding is like, do you understand why he reacted that way? I'm like, why the I don't know his name, the Shaggy character.
Yes.
Why he paused? You're asking me why he paused,
Yes.
Like
and you're asking me
behavior from
if did I pick it up in the moment or after the movie?
No, after the movie ended, did you make that connection from the beginning of the movie? Oh, that's why he was acting weird in the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
I don't.
Do you
buy
not
it.
remember?
I don't buy it, bro. Especially because,
wait,
for
wait.
Mario, I don't buy
But do
it.
you, the reason why I said yes is because I killed your brother. So I immediately think that I think
just
back.
thought, like-
Wait, pause. I think back to that scene where he paused, and I'm just like, oh well, that's why he fucking paused,
No, yeah, right, bro. I don't.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
buy it. Bro. I don't buy it, bro.
bro. It just is not a roast, but it's gonna take a lot of thinking to put two to two together.
I mean, it happened at the very beginning of the movie.
Well,
Like,
that's what
very
I
beginning
said
of
to you,
the
and
movie.
I said to you,
So I just didn't. I just.
that's
like,
why I said to you in the moment. Oh no, bro, I didn't. I just thought he was
I was
setting
just,
him up.
I was just because I don't know any of the lore, right? So I was so fixated on like.
The lore.
I was so fixated on like, oh,
The lore.
who is this guy? Like,
Oh, never mind.
like what's his last name? Remember throughout the movie, like,
Yeah,
what's his
you were
last
like,
name?
what's his name?
Yeah, so I'm like, who,
Mike Stark.
right? So I'm like, who is this guy? Like, that's what I was mostly fixated. I wasn't thinking of like, oh, you know, this is the whatever, man. Let's move on. All right. Anyways,
What else
let's-
y'all need to know? 'Cause I don't even know where I'm at. Because y'all had.
Well, you were talking
little
about
tangent.
the yellow rabbit.
Yeah, the yellow rabbit. So in the lore, does he come out as like a human and shit, or is he not a human in
So
the game?
okay,
or
when you
something?
play the games, so it wasn't until the second Five Nights at Freddy's game.
yeah,
And the second one, every now and then, what's it called? Like every
Yeah.
few, like when you play the game, you die and shit, right?
Okay.
You obviously die because you get killed. Every few times you die, you play this 8-bit mini game. I don't know if you remember that.
yeah, I remember.
Oh,
that.
was that
familiar.
on the TV shit?
Yeah,
that was a
Oh,
reference to the games.
okay,
So you play
okay.
these 8-bit
And like you're supposed to
minigames.
go in through like a door and shit, right? Or
Like you do a
something?
bunch of weird shit, bro. Sometimes it just shows you stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to play as one of the 8-bit characters.
Okay.
But they seem so random if you don't know the lore. Like I didn't. Like I don't know. What the
And
fuck's
I
going
know
on.
the lore.
Until Matt Pat broke it down. Shout out to Matt Pat. That motherfucker's smarter than
Oh,
us.
do you want to say real quick that he was in the movie?
Oh yeah, you can say.
Oh
now.
yeah, Matt Pat
Spoiler.
ended up in
And
being.
who else were in
Even
the
though
movie?
he said like, "Hey man, I'm not gonna be in this movie,"
I mean,
and
obviously
he got
they
us.
say that.
He got
come
my
on.
ass, bro. Because the whole thing was that he was not gonna be in the movie, and Markiplier,
Right.
who were the two people who contributed to that community the most, that they were not gonna be in the movie. Markiplier because he admittedly popularized the game by playing it with his Let's Plays.
That's not how I found. Five
Oh,
Nights at
he's the
Freddy's,
one.
though.
He's the one that blew it up.
Well, not
Maybe.
blew it up, but like people watched his game.
Like he made a lot of content.
Because I
People
looked,
watched his
I tried
gameplays
finding
more.
the length of that video you mentioned,
Yeah.
and I see his view count 3.2 million,
Yes.
5 million.
Yes,
he
bro.
popped off, bro.
Yeah, and then when he beat the first game,
Yeah.
you know how Markiplier is. He'd be yelling and shit for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
He called himself the king of Five Nights at Freddy's, and so the community
Just started calling.
Just
him.
gave it-
started
gave
calling him that. And so now he kind of carries this crown. And he's just kind of like, I said it as a joke, but like now people see me as the face of the Let's Plays of these
Yeah,
games.
I'm one of those people that don't see that. Like I found the game because I saw my buddy next to me playing it, and people were like, they were like a huddled group, and they were like screaming and shit, like, "Yo, what's going on?"
Funny enough, the reason why I know about Five Nights at Freddy's was because our cousin Joseph. He would watch Markiplier's Let's Play. He'd be like, "Bro, check out this game that Markiplier's playing. It looks scary as hell." So that's how I got introduced to it, and that was when he was young, bro. Like he was still,
younger,
bro. Am I weird? I've never I know who he is, but I've never like seen his walkthroughs.
Who?
Markiplier? Never.
Yeah,
I used to
me neither,
I used to when I was younger, and I used to like it till I kind of got over the whole screaming and him acting like a child bullshit. And like, dude, you're in your 30s, and I just kind of
hey,
grew out
whoa,
of it.
whoa, whoa, no
Whoa.
slander. Hey, shout out to you, bro. If you're trying to collab,
He's an OG, bro.
Hey, Javi hates you, not me though.
Yeah, not me.
No, I'm gonna be real though. I saw him as like another PewDiePie.
Yeah,
Yeah, same here.
So that's
Same
why
with the
I-
other guy, the Irish guy.
Yeah, him
The
too.
Irish-
Yeah, the Irish guy. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
That motherfucker.
Bro, that guy does like interviews with like actual celebrities.
Yeah.
Wait,
he stopped gaming?
Jacksepticeye?
No, he does.
Is that
He
his
still
name?
does. Yes,
Jacksepticeye.
Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, dude,
He
he's
stopped. Oh, okay.
bro.
so
He's
he does.
interviewed The Rock, Kevin Hart,
fuck?
not Chris Pratt.
Hey, man, respect
The
him.
guy from
Chris
Ryan
Angel?
Reynolds.
no,
Ryan Reynolds. Wow, he's
from that one legendary director. What's his name? The Hollywood one that had Bruce Lee.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, him.
guy?
That movie. What was that movie called?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Those actors. He interviewed them too.
Oh,
Brad Pitt.
Like
Yeah,
Brad
there we go.
Pitt and- okay.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Damn,
I don't know.
what the fuck,
I don't know
man?
how he got
Hold
into that, but
And then there was
good for
another
him.
YouTuber in there that I only know.
Corey something.
I don't watch him, but I know him
I know
because,
of him.
because my brother watches him.
Yeah,
No joke. That was my first introduction to that guy.
He does the same shit, bro.
Yeah, he
like
does
he
walkthroughs
just
and shit.
same shit, and they do
Walkthroughs?
the same editing where
There's a
okay.
famous TikTok
Shit like
that
that.
blew like of
Blew
him
him up?
that blew up.
Oh, really?
Where like he was playing a game, I forget what game, but he's like you can customize your avatar.
Okay.
And he's picking the skin color, and he's like, I wouldn't say I'm black. I wouldn't say I'm coffee black. I'm more of a caramel macchiato.
Oh,
That TikTok.
I've
that
never
seen it.
that one.
yeah, that one was all over everywhere, and then people would take the audios and like make videos of
gotcha,
it and
yeah.
shit. You
Like,
see what I mean?
okay.
Popular sounds.
But
yeah.
like that is where I knew him from first.
Okay.
And he also I mean this is kind of unrelated, but like sometime last year he also accused YouTube of being racist because his videos would get flagged and taken down and all this bullshit and targeted for community guideline strikes and stuff, all this shit, but it was all targeted at him. And he's like, but look at all these other YouTubers that do the exact same content I do, and y'all not doing shit to them. And like coincidentally, they're all white. And y'all targeting me. So what the hell?
I don't think
so
it-
there was like a whole drama thing.
I don't
know.
think it has to do with any of that.
I don't think it has to do.
Like, cause he's bringing in a lot of views and money, man. Why would YouTube like do that to somebody
Yeah.
that like bringing up?
That's what
that
I don't
much,
know.
you know
But
what I
like
mean?
that was also a big thing. I don't know if
whatever.
you guys had heard about that. About someone being targeted, but yeah, that was
Interesting.
also.
Yeah, I only know him because of my brother, and he does the same shit with Markiplier and everyone else does.
That's all he does.
Yeah,
No,
same shit.
I swear to God, I was like, I'm guessing he's a YouTuber.
Yeah,
I was like,
no, he's
don't-
big though.
He's
a
big?
big YouTuber.
All right.
Yeah, he's well known.
Yeah,
But
everybody-
what were we talking about? The bunny, right?
A bunny,
the
yeah.
bunny, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's
if
right.
He was a human.
The 8-bit games in the
Yeah,
second
yeah,
game.
God damn,
Yeah.
we want to fucking tangent.
Yeah, I know. It's because
Yeah.
I don't know how. Oh, because you brought up MatPat and then
Oh, hey, that's you, man. You started going crazy, man.
no, because you were like no,
He
because you were
wrote
like
an anthology.
no,
For real.
you were like oh, you want to bring up the fact that he was in the movie, and then that's how that all started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like you started it.
Nah, I was
No, like,
on
I
it.
started
Well, you
it, but, like,
caved
I
in.
was
Huh?
on
You caved
track.
in.
No, I thought what was gonna happen was like we're just gonna say the people and that was it. But you said you wanted to give them their whole lore with it, like,
Yeah.
which is good value. But like you can't
Yeah.
say it was me, buddy.
Hell nah.
You wrote an anthology.
That's fun. There's only one lore I know,
Trilogy.
and that's Batman's lore. All right.
That's
crazy.
Anyways,
But yeah, so you play those 8-bit games, and like in the 8-bit games, there's this purple man,
I've seen that. Yeah,
and the purple man through the mini games.
he has like a hat, right?
No, he's got like a little orange thing on his chest, and a lot of people
okay.
think that's
Trying
like
to
a
think.
badge.
Oh,
whatever.
I could have sworn he had a fucking hat.
No,
Like
it's not a hat. But this purple dude,
Okay.
like from the mini games, you kind of like try to piece it together. You find out that purple man is the one who's killing these kids.
Oh.
And so everyone, and then as the lore expanded, the purple man got a name, William Afton. That's who we see in
Okay.
the movie. That's
Oh,
played by
okay.
Matthew Lillard, right?
Okay.
And in the third game, you find out that the third game takes place 20 years after the first of Five Nights at Freddy's games, which takes
Jesus
place
Christ.
takes place sometime in the 90s.
Yeah.
So now we're 20 years later. So now we're like 2010s and something like that, right? So in that game, Springtrap, that's the name of the yellow bunny.
Springtrap.
Springtrap.
Cool name.
Springtrap.
Springtrap is
cool
the
name.
one that terrorizes you in your security role and shit like that. The other Five Nights at Freddy's characters are not canon. They're not there. They're there as hallucinations. But the only physical animatronic being terrorizing you is Springtrap.
Okay.
And through the lore, you find out that Purple Man, who we know is William Afton, would lure these kids
using Springtrap.
using a Springtrap suit. Because you remember in the movie, even the cop chick was like, "Oh, that's an old model of the animatronics where people could wear them.
Yeah.
Like people can get inside the suits." But like there was a faulty mechanism with the springs, with the spring, I forgot what you call it, the spring lock system.
Yeah.
And like, look what happens. And she put the broom and it snaps. So
Yeah.
in the lore, William Afton puts on the suit, and something happens to him where those spring locks trap him in the suit, and he stays in that suit forever.
And that's how.
And he dies, but then he possesses it, but his body's still in it. That's why it makes
Okay.
sense how the movie ends, because it
So-
goes down the same way.
So did he put on the suit and then that's how he lured
He
people
lured the
como-
kids, 'cause-
like if it was like a clown type shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like when you go to
Okay.
Chuck E. Cheese and people are dressed as Chucky.
Got you.
That's how he would lure the kids into the back room
That's cool,
and
bro.
murder them.
That's cool.
Yes, dude.
Except for the murdering part, right? But
Oh.
no, that's cool too.
That's cool too.
That's raw shit.
That's raw shit.
Hell no.
Hey man, that's cool, man. I
But
like
yeah,
the lore
in,
about that.
Yeah,
but-
in the lore, and then dude, the lore goes a lot above and
Yeah.
beyond, because
So
like
then-
his whole family
Yeah.
is involved with all this bullshit.
Oh.
Because he's a family man.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, he had a wife and he had 3 kids.
Okay. So now I want to ask you about this, right? And I guess I'll break it down really quickly, right? Is that Mike, obviously he's there, obviously going through the custody type of battle, like pressure, right? Oh, I gotta, make my sister like me more. I gotta figure out a way to save her or keep her with me and stuff. And then he's on his way to being a security guard at this place. Typical first night's cool, second night some crazy shit's happening, right? We find out the animatronics are movable, a bunch of stuff. And also we got to talk about like his dreaming thing. We forgot to mention that. But what I'm going to say is that throughout his journey there is a female cop that just shows up and we're like, who is this? Okay. The first time we meet her, she's like, oh yeah, I grew up with this place. Oh yeah, cool, right? Nothing crazy. But then she's just giving too much a fuck, right? She giving too much of a fuck about this.
And she
guy.
knows a lot.
And she knows a lot.
Too much.
Too much. And it got to the point, however, like throughout the movie, I'm like, nah, man, she knows too much. Like, or why is a cop doing this? Why does a random cop care this much? And we find out, right, that she is the daughter of that William guy.
Yes, sir.
And we're like, whoa, what the fuck? And then you were surprised too. You're like, whoa. And so
Yeah.
my question is, right? And then after this, I want to talk about Mike's, his whole situation of his goal, right? The mini subplot or type of thing.
Okay.
So when is that like that in the lore, bro? Or why did you react that way?
Because they deviated from the original lore.
Okay.
In the original lore, William Afton, he is one of 2 people who
Okay.
created the Five Nights at Freddy's brand. Him and one other guy named Henry.
Oh, okay.
So
So
these
it
two
was not just
people-
one person. It was 2 people.
No, Henry was the guy that built the animatronics. He built the machines.
okay.
Whereas William was the guy that kind of helped
Like
make
around the business.
the
like,
business.
Yeah.
While he was also murdering kids and shit out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
And so this guy had a family. He had a wife and he had 3 kids. One of those kids was a daughter, a girl with blonde hair.
Okay.
Oh.
But she stays a little girl. She never grows old. Like this girl is.
Okay.
That's first deviation number 1, right?
Okay.
Because this girl's old enough to be a cop.
Yeah.
So she's maybe in her 20s,
Yeah.
maybe late 20s.
Mid-20s, late 20s.
So in the lore, she stays a little girl. And the thing is that, while this Henry guy, one of the co-partners, was making
Yeah.
these machines for like the shows and like for the for the whatever, the entertainment, William Afton was fucking with the machines for them to be able to kill and trap kids. And they built a machine of this one robot that was like a female robot that looked like a doll. She had red rosy cheeks with pigtails, with pigtails on either
Telling
side.
you, bro, that looks familiar.
And yeah, because you've probably seen her. And that was the introduction of a robot. I forgot her name, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like, she was in a game called Five Nights at Freddy's sister location.
Hmm.
And the lore is like, while this Five Nights at Freddy's location existed, there was a sister location,
So
another
location.
restaurant out there, but that was similar to Five Nights, but it was kind of different. It went by a different name. And like whereas Freddy Fazbear is like the main, like the face of this restaurant. The
Yeah.
face over there was that girl. Was that rosy cheeked, doll looking animatronic. And one day, because William would tell his daughter, like, hey, don't fuck around with the animatronics because they're dangerous. Like, don't get near them. And one day, curiosity got to her, and she went and fucked with one of those animatronics, one of them being that doll-looking one. Mm-hmm. And the doll-looking one, because, like I said, William Afton fucked with these animatronics to capture kids.
Yeah.
That one had a trap where her stomach would open up and there would be like a clamp that grabs people and pulls them in. So
that's what happened.
The daughter fucking around with the fucking doll, the fucking animatronic reacted and killed his daughter and pulled her in.
Okay.
So now that animatronic is being possessed by William Afton's daughter.
Wow.
Which we see is not the case in the movie because she's older and alive and lives through the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, interesting, right? So that's why that's a huge deviation. Like it's very different the way that they did in the movie because that's what happens in the lore.
And so after that, bro, how did do we have any information of how William reacted to that? Like, oh fuck, my daughter died by this machine that I created. Or no, that he didn't create that machine, right? It was just
the other guy, I think.
Well, he played a hand in creating them.
Oh, okay.
He started fucking with them to make it.
Oh yeah.
Like to where the stomachs would be big enough.
So is there any lore of how he reacted?
I'm trying to remember, bro, because everyone in the family bites it, bro.
And that's the same doll that we saw in the movie, right?
No, it looks a little different. I think it's more of an Easter egg. I think it was just more like a reference.
That's where Freddy and everyone, all the animatronics, they want Abby. That's her name, Abby,
the little girl,
Mike's sister. And they want to put her into that machine and carry on the situation. And what I wanted to mention was that throughout this movie, obviously we know that Mike has a lore. We already explained what his deal is, but he said that there is this theory that whatever you see, whatever you experience, you always remember. It's just somewhere stored inside you. Mm-hmm. Right? Pause. And I think Mario, I think you were like, is that real? You think that's real and shit? And we talk about lucid dreaming because he had this book called Dream Theory. Yeah. And he has the same poster of Nebraska and has these trees. And I'm assuming it was the last location of where his family went, where his brother got kidnapped. Mm-hmm. And he's trying his best to apply this theory and figure out who took his brother. So that's this other side plot that we have about Mike and his life, which I really did enjoy. And we later find out, obviously, like I said, it does a really good job, explaining things. We find out that he starts seeing kids in his dreams, and those kids were the victims of William and the kids who are possessing the animatronics. And later on down the road, these kids make a deal with him. Essentially, he's kind of making a deal with the devil. He said, "Hey, you want to know who took your brother? Well, we want your sister in exchange, right?" And then that's when Mike is like, "Yeah, sure." Obviously, because he's looking at his family right there in front of him and his little brother, and at a moment of weakness, man, he just gave in and immediately regretted it. And then that's where the story even picks up even further to where, no, I regret it. No, I got to find out. I got to go save my sister and whatnot. And time is of the essence. And then the police officer chick comes through and is helping. And that's the scene where they have because as this is happening, he's dreaming, but he's getting slashed up in real time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then he passes out in the midst of Foxy, I think, right? Almost getting to him. And then he wakes up all patched up, and it's the police officer chick, and they have this conversation. And this is the part where I was expecting more, because it's yo, who are you? Tell me how the fuck you know all this shit. And then once you find out, oh, you knew all along about my brother and blah blah blah, and you didn't tell me. I was expecting of a great performance, he knocks over shit from the table. Yeah. Tell me where my sister is, and then you see spit coming out of him and shit. I don't know. I was expecting some.
more emotion. All that.
I wanted to see an actual frustration. It brings back to the point where he finds out, like, dude, this is another part where like, you should be like, yo, what the fuck? And Mario and I, we were like making jokes of how the scene was playing out, because we find out that the sister, obviously, she draws a lot, right? She draws a lot, and then
I will give the movie that the drawing,
cool.
the drawing scene was cool, like
Yeah.
the revelation.
and we find out that she had like a imaginary friend, and obviously typical imaginary friend kids, whatever, which we already established. I never had an imaginary friend, man. I think that's some bullshit. I think some like TV shit. And he finds out, he looks at the drawings and he finds out, oh my God, these people that she drew. Because in the beginning of the movie, she's like, oh, I recognize that person. That's me, right? It's like, who are these other people? And she's like, oh, those are my friends. He's like, oh, whatever, weirdo, right? Imaginary friend, weirdo.
Weirdo.
Right?
Yeah.
But then later on, he's like, wait a second. These drawings, like, these are the kids that I saw in my dream.
Who are also victims of William
Yeah.
Afton.
Yeah.
Who are
And-
the ones possessing those animatronics
Exactly.
right now.
So he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he keeps flipping through pages, and then he has like this shocked kind of face a bit, and it cuts away. And we put it together. We're like, "Oh shit, she drew her fucking
brother.
her brother that got kidnapped, dude." And this is the part where like this was another scene where I was expecting some like, yo, like, hey, how do you this drawing, like, do you know this person? How do you know this person? She's like, he's just my friend. He's like, no, how do you know this person? Like, you know what I'm talking about? And this is where Mario and I were like, we're jumping up, like, kind of making fun of it, because like we see these types of scenes where it's like that, and then the little girl responds, stop, you're scaring me, right? And he's like, no, tell me who it is, like, you're scaring me. And then he like calms down. He's like, you know, you're right. And he's like, he leaves her, right? You know, typical, right? He leaves her, goes in his room or goes outside, cools off and stuff. Like, I wanted to see something like that, but no, dude, he was chill as fuck. Yeah, it's normal. Your sister that I've been drawing, before you had these dreams of these kids, your sister's just perfectly drawing these other kids that were in your dream, and your brother that got kidnapped where she didn't even meet. Like, yeah, that's normal. Cool. Who is it? So how do you know about this? Like, you know what I mean, Hav? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just something I was like, I knew
they wouldn't go like that route.
I kind of wish they did, man. You know what I mean?
I knew they would. I just knew, like, based on the kind of movie they were trying to make, I knew that they were not going to give over the top performances.
Right.
You can kind of tell that. You can kind of tell these actors came for the paycheck.
I mean, the police officer's chick. She's the girl. I only know her from Mario and I only know her from You.
Yeah.
Which she was in the first season.
Yeah.
And I was like,
years ago.
long time ago.
I haven't seen her in
looks the
anything.
same.
Yeah, she about to say she looks exactly the same.
She looks the same, but yeah, I haven't seen her in any other movie or project. But anyways, then this is when the sister, she's like, I guess, getting kind of kidnapped or convinced to go over there. The horror deal. Now the mission is, I gotta save my sister, and it's to the point where she's almost actually gets put into that doll thing that we mentioned, and he ends up saving her and everything. And I'm trying to get to the part where, okay, then William comes out and we find out the big reveal. Oh, it's the dude from the beginning of the fucking movie. That guy that offered him the deal and stuff. And as he's trying to kill him, the daughter pulls a gun on him and shit. And this is where I was like, whoa, I was kind of shocked about this, is that he eventually stabs her. He stabs his own daughter.
Yeah, I was expecting
And I
that
thought she
all.
was dead, bro. I thought it was a wrap. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? But no, later on we find out that I guess she didn't bleed out, and she was carried away after the whole ordeal happened, right? By Mike and the sister.
Yeah.
And then we find out later at the end of the movie that she's in a coma in a hospital still. And to be honest with you, based on that, her being in the coma still, and like also at the end of the movie where the sister's like, I miss them, can we go visit them? And he's like, you never know what could happen. Just to me kind of rubs off that they have another project in mind.
Well, this movie made a lot of money.
Did it?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Well, no, for the budget it had.
Made,
what was the
budget?
It made their budget back. They made their budget back.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like
they made the money back. We don't know how much profit yet.
Right, like it's 20 million. That was the
Budget was 20 million.
yeah.
They made, and it's made 39.
Ooh, okay.
So
they made.
They're getting a sequel.
Okay.
I wouldn't say all that.
You don't think so?
No.
I think they set it up for a sequel.
Well, here's the thing. Two things. One, what doesn't set up a sequel nowadays?
You a bitch.
That's true.
Two,
The
just because it made $19 million more than the budget was, doesn't call for a sequel. A sequel would have to be like, how much money will it accumulate the next few weeks? Because let's be honest, it didn't have a strong box office opening.
I did. Well, do you think it had to do with the Peacock shit?
plays a factor.
Yeah, right.
Releasing it at the same time as a streaming service.
Yeah.
But also, it doesn't have a strong one because it's like $39 million. But like we've seen movies come out that hit the hundreds, and those are of course guaranteed sequels because they made hella money compared to a 39 million.
Damn, I was expecting like more.
Well,
Nah.
it says right here.
What does it say, bro?
Well, this is estimated. So keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's estimated to open with 130 million worldwide this weekend.
Worldwide. Okay.
That's worldwide. Yeah.
Worldwide. So that's what about the domestic?
Domestic is now literally right here. Is now estimated to earn 78 million in the film's domestic opening weekend, making it one of the biggest horror openings ever.
Damn, where'd you get the 39 million?
It was on Wikipedia.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, right here. Also right here, where Hob his shit kicks in. Earns the basic. This is a couple hours before that tweet. Earns the biggest domestic opening ever for a video game video game movie with 39.5 million.
Yeah, 39.5 million.
Yeah, that's where he. That's
So,
where he got it
well,
from.
to be honest, it released Thursday, Friday, and it's barely Saturday. So it's barely 3 days. At least the weekend's not
It's
over.
gonna get a sequel.
And then another week.
It's getting a sequel.
But it said the biggest video game opening. That means bigger than Sonic.
Yeah,
The
that
second
one
Sonic.
I'm taking with a grain of salt right now. When I saw that tweet, I'm just like, I'm only taking it somewhat
Oh,
seriously
the biggest-
because the count tweet, the count's from the. Do you want me to say it?
Is it an app?
No, for you, yeah.
I mean, not fuck 'em, man.
It's like a pretty
It's a
reliable
source.
It's a reliable.
Okay, if it's a
account,
reliable
yeah.
source, then we can't. We can't refute that, right? But my thing is like the biggest video game opening, bigger than Mario, Super Mario.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like,
What?
I don't know.
Opening weekend, it did better than Super Mario, dude. Super Mario is like
I
in
don't
the
think
billion
so.
right now.
That's what the tweet says, and it's from the account that I know.
we could
it's
look it up. We
Yeah,
can see
so-
like
but-
opening weekend for
But
Mario.
it's opening weekend though.
It's
You're talking
No.
about. You said billions. That's probably its entire runtime.
No. You know, yes, I know, but because of I just think Super Mario is more popular than Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
So
most
that's why
definitely.
that quote surprised me. Is that it's the biggest video game adaptation movie?
Right.
Oh, then again, it's adaptation. Like Super Mario's was like animated. This one's live action. So it could. So yeah, I could be wrong. So yeah, I think those are two different things, and that means it'll do better.
This is the tweet. Look.
For a video game movie with. Yeah, we'll look at the numbers with that with Super Mario's, but I'm pretty sure since Super Mario's animated, it's different, I guess. But it definitely, I guess, topped fucking Sonic 2, which I like that movie.
Yeah.
Sonic 3, man.
Shadow.
Man. I want to see that so bad. Dude, do you remember, bro, when I saw Shadow, I was like, fuck yeah, or some shit. And we're like, it was a bunch of kids with us. Dude, that was embarrassing, man. I'm not going to lie.
I still want Jason Statham to voice him.
Jason Statham?
Yes, girl.
Nah.
With the voice who?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Shadow the Hedgehog?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Do you know who Sonic is? Do you know who Sonic is?
Yeah, I know who Sonic is. The
You don't
blue
know
guy.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Is that the yellow motherfucker?
That's Tails.
Never mind. I don't know. I don't know Sonic, bro.
Wait, did you not see the movie with us? The Sonic 2?
he's the cutscene, right? The red dude. No, wait, no, not the red dude.
The completely red dude is Knuckles. And then the one at the very end credit scene where
he's the black one?
The black and
and red?
red highlights.
Yeah, I can now remember. I completely forgot.
No, but
that's
did you
why.
see that movie with us?
Yeah, the second one, not the first one.
Okay, but you saw the first one, all right?
Yeah, like legit. I did the day before I saw the second one.
Yeah. But anyways, fuck. I mean, I actually want to look at the Super Mario's opening, but like I said, it might be different. But yeah, that's good. And then the end credit scene was nothing much. It was just nothing much. Just that one YouTuber who was a taxi driver. What was his name again?
Corey something.
The Corey guy.
Corey guy.
Jump scared by the little boy.
The balloon boy.
The balloon boy.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I think there's gonna be a second one, man.
There is.
I mean, the way they set it up, the chick is still in a coma. She probably gonna come back from the dead or some shit. You know what? So raps. I forgot to tell you, my uncle got another shit. You know what I mean?
Five Nights at Benny's.
Right.
Yeah,
type
for
stuff.
real.
You know what I mean?
But you know what's funny, dude, is I realized that when he's lucid dreaming, he sees 5 kids.
Yeah.
And there's 5 animatronics, right? Because you got Freddy, Bonnie,
Right.
Chica, Foxy, and then the busted up one, which we said was Golden Freddy.
Yeah.
But like Mike Schmidt's little brother got killed. So
Where
who does
he
he?
at?
So where he at? My guess.
Balloon boy. You think so?
For the sequel, if they were to make one, I think he's gonna be the Balloon Boy. That or the puppet, the Jack in the Box puppet, the marionette.
Yeah, I remember that.
One of those two. It's gonna be one of those two.
But I'm telling you, bro, I could have sworn there was another animatronic half that was just like he didn't have his fur or anything on. Like, it was just purely animatronic. Like,
no, that's just the skeleton that's under their
yeah, but
their
I thought there was a another a rabbit like that or something.
No,
like that.
no.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, we pretty much covered everything, guys. That's it for our spoiler section. I mean, what did you guys think of the movie? Let us know in the comments. Thank you guys. Just recap, I guess. Mario gave it a 7. I gave it a 7. Hav gave it a 6. And with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
Peace.
See ya.